Hey everybody, this is Hayes Carl, and you're listening to KPFT Houston.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthis, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Y'all keep your fingers crossed for me. I am doing the board, hosting, trying to ignore David a little bit because he's behind me complaining. He's trying to get his mic on. He's not complaining yet. He's not complaining yet. So y'all cut me some slack. It's my first time running the board, and I know I'm going to mess up. I know I am. So y'all just be patient with me. He just punched a button, and I'm not sure why.
Because my mic wasn't on.
Oh. Well, there was a reason why.
I was telling you a while ago I wasn't complaining yet. Give me time. Now here we go.
Here we go. There he goes. I was trying to keep his mic off. Anyway, welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, September the 5th. And as usual, David has a great show lined up for us tonight. Y'all keep Linda in your thoughts. She is actually in the hospital in Waco. She has COVID. So she's running a fever. So just keep her in your thoughts and prayers, as people say. And wish her the best of luck. And if you
send her some good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes. Good vibes. That's right. And send her an e-message if you have her on your tablet, or write her here at the show. So tonight, David lined up Robert Norman Smithback. He is the author of Injustice in Texas, a 2014 autobiography, and returning citizen from the Polunsky Unit. Chivas Watson in mass incarceration. Houston, and Working Group 512, Brittany Robertson, Texas prison reform activist, and the Prison Show board member. Hey. Abraham Bonowitz, he's the co-director, founder at Death Penalty Action. So all good people on tonight. So let's skip. I can't find a timer. Where's the timer?
Where's the timer?
Yeah. Well, we're going to go
it's on your screen that you got covered up.
Oh, that's it. Well, you told me to put...
Because we were going over stuff. We were training, but we ran out of training time. So you're in the middle of the test.
I'm in the test right now. Got some marks against me.
We're going to go ahead and put Robert on.
Robert, yes. Let's get Robert on the line. Hi, Robert.
You got to turn the phone switch on.
Where? 4.
Yep, hit it. There you go.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, I'm here. You guys doing all right?
Yeah, just be patient with me. I'm learning the board, and I didn't put your phone thing on.
Yeah, we're having fun in the middle of a test.
And I'm in the middle of a test.
Try doing some FEMA courses. Those things can be a little bit tricky.
Some FEMA courses?
Yeah. The Federal Emergency Management Agency actually has free correspondence. Well, they're not correspondence courses anymore, but you can have them done over the internet, and they're actually training you in emergency management. Get college credit hours and everything. Very good course if you want to get yourself established in the private homeland security sector. So,
well, that's interesting information. I'm sure people are writing that down right now.
Well, we got FEMA coming to Texas, especially Dallas, and I'm trying to insert myself into that security measures, trying to stop another 1996 Olympic Park bombing from happening. So I'm establishing myself there too.
Wait, FEMA's going to Dallas?
No, well, here's the thing: FIFA, FIFA, that's the World Soccer Federation,
FIFA.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, they are nationwide. They got soccer matches all over the place, and especially in Dallas. It's just like the Olympics, and you got security threats you got to analyze, and it's fun. It's fun. It's interesting, and it's actually quite time consuming sometimes. Hey, like I said, it's one that I can put on my resume.
Hey, that's true. That's a big one.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Tell us about your time in TDCJ.
Okay. My incarceration started officially back in 2002. Now, they've taken away some of my actual jail time. I got supposedly arrested July the 4th, but July the 5th of 2001, when it was actually back in April of 2001. I didn't actually go to TDCJ until, February, like the first week of February of 2002. I went through Gurney, then my first assigned unit was a Smith unit, then went to Polunsky, and then finally my last real assigned unit was Stiles there in Beaumont. And let me put you this way. If you have ever been thrown in prison for a crime that has never happened without a jury trial, well, you're in my shoes, because that's exactly what had happened. My court-appointed attorney, Paul Johnson, which some of you may actually remember, he tried prosecuting Ken Paxton for corruption, failed. He ended up screwing me over real bad. I asked for a jury trial, and lied to me saying that we were going to have it, when in reality there are two jury trials that were set, and because nobody shows up to testify against me, well, they want my right to jury trial. And I cannot seem to get the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals to overturn my supposed conviction due to violation of the right to a jury trial. And that's not including Carmel versus Texas decision, which nullifies the entire case completely.
Okay, and is that what your autobiography goes into more detail?
Yes. Carmel versus Texas was a U.S. Supreme Court decision that was made almost a year before my arrest. What it necessarily did is it nullified the 1993 amendments to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. These amendments you can find in 1993's Texas Senate Bill 1067. 1067 is what introduced the law of parties. It introduced the law of parties. It reduced the amount of evidence the state needed to prove a person committed a crime. In other words, you could live outside the state of Texas and be accused of a crime here in Texas, and Texas will automatically be able to arrest and convict you, even though they have no evidence to even prove that you were in Texas. That's how it works nowadays. You should check out Carmel versus Texas with the U.S. Supreme Court. It's Volume 529, U.S. 13 specifically at the page number 513, but you want to focus on pages 532 all the way to like 536.
532 to 536.
Yeah, and we can thank the former Senator John Whitmire, current mayor of Houston, for literally violating the ex post facto clause in pushing this through. It didn't even pass the Texas legislature. He ended up just jumping over the legislature and putting it into the hands of Governor Ann Richards, who signed it 20 days after it got out of committee. So you want to talk about major screwage, that's it.
And can you spell the name for us?
Which one, Carmel?
Carmel, yes.
Carmel, I believe. It's either Carmell or Carmel, and it's versus Texas. And you want to look up 1993 Texas Senate Bill 1067. And you will also get the legislative history behind that bill, too, because it nullifies this Carmel versus Texas decision nullifies thousands of convictions. But because U.S. Senator, who is now U.S. Senator John Cornyn, who was the Attorney General at the time, the Texas Attorney General at the time, ignored the Carmel decision, that just opened up the floodgates and allowed it allowed the states to convict people just on a whim. I mean, it's a straight up nightmare for people who are actually innocent but can't get their convictions overturned because of ignorance on the political elites here in Texas.
So how long have you been out?
Going on almost 4 weeks now.
Oh, wow. 4 weeks.
Yep. And I'm still making the state money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
the 13th Amendment. Yes, the 13th Amendment went out the window, especially when it talks about the criminal, when it talks about putting the slavery into the state's hands. That's how it's working.
That is how it's working. Absolutely. That is how it's working. So how can people, your book is what's the name of your book? Injustice in Texas?
Yes, it is Injustice in Texas, and it is currently available on Amazon.com. I'm not exactly sure where else it's available at. I'm sure if you look for it, you may be able to find it. But as far as I know, Amazon.com is the only place you can actually get to it right now. It was originally published through Midnight Express Books back out of Berryville, Arkansas, but they ended up taking over that business. Amazon ended up taking over that business. So,
as they have a lot of businesses.
yeah.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that? If they're inside and they want to get a hold of you.
Well, the first thing you don't want to do is dial 911. That won't get me anywhere. Okay, as far as an address, I do not have one available right now. I'm still trying to get out and get myself reestablished. However, if your family has access to Facebook, I'm on Facebook. You can check out my name at Robert Norman Smithback, and you'll find me there.
Okay, on Facebook, and they can always write to us here at the Prison Show, and we would make sure that you got the letters, and that address.
Right.
That address is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas 77371. And if you want to give Mr. Switchback Smithback, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been called worse names. Trust me.
I think we all have. Well, if somebody on the inside wants to get a hold of you, they can definitely write here. We'll get that letter to you. Do you have an email address?
Yep. Yes, it is smithbackrobert@gmail.com.
Okay. smithbackrobert@gmail. All right.
Yeah, it's all one nice word. I like how they invented the email addresses back in the 1980s, where it just was not a normal way to write, but it was perfect to communicate with.
It is perfect to communicate with. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, and
I thank you very much for your time.
And we thank you for being here. And I know a lot of the men and women on the inside will thank you too.
Well, I hope so. I mean, it's been 14 years, and TDCJ in Texas itself has done everything they can to stop me from getting this book out, because they know it's pretty much going to hit them right in the gut. We'll see how far it gets, but not necessarily a Mike Tyson blow, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We're keeping our fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. You guys keep it safe, and remember, FEMA. That's where you want to go right now. It's all free of charge too.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay. Now we're going to get to Chivas Watson. Hey, Chivas.
Hey. Peace and blessings. But before I begin, don't just sit back. If you're watching on Facebook, do me a favor. Like, share, and comment. If you're listening on KPFT, HD1, or HD2, share the stream. If you're on the Prison Show's YouTube channel, share it. Drop a comment and let us know where you're listening from. Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Abilene, down in the Valley, anywhere in this country. Because this isn't just a broadcast. This is a movement. I'm Chivas Watson, the en masse incarceration reporter, also executive director of Working Group 512. Last time I was here, I had just walked out of the Harris County Jail. I'm not in tonight, but I'm there in spirit. But tonight, I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm speaking for those whose names expose the truth of our system. Malik Jakovich in the Clemens Unit, still waiting for parole. Robert Robertson, innocent yet condemned. Melissa Lucio and Brittany Holberg, women on Texas death row at the Mountain View Unit. Javi Quintero, innocent but locked away in the Robertson Unit. Jeremy Busby in the Styles Unit. Darius Elam in the Darrington Unit. Devin Anderson in the All-Red Unit. Ruben Gutierrez and Tylon Carter. Texas Death Row in the Polunsky Unit. Guess what? Also, Evan Lee, Christian Smith, and Ramon Thomas, all killed in Harris County Jail. Alexis Cardenas, whose homicide was ruled at the hands of Harris County officers by the Harris County medical examiners. Kevin Keith, innocent in Ohio, but still in prison despite his death sentence being commuted. And my pen pal, Edgar Garcia, once on federal death row in Indiana, now serving life after Joe Biden's commutation, but still waiting for justice, still needing a new trial. And we are organizing. Hey, we are organizing the San Antonio Grieving Mothers Fight for Justice March on September 20th, 2025 at 10 a.m., beginning at Downtown Market and marching to San Antonio Police Headquarters. This march is about grief turned into power. Show up. Harris County Jail, let's do some Houston flashpoints. Harris County Jail is not a correctional facility. It is a place of cruelty, a waste of bricks, staffed by officers like Jay Cannon, who should be ashamed of themselves. In the next broadcast, I'll tell you what he did to me and my guys. I know this personally. I was sentenced to 27 days, but I served 28. That extra day wasn't an error. It was theft. If they did that to me, how many others remain beyond their release dates, trapped under unlawful detention? And then the deaths. Since 2019, hundreds. What they report is not true. Maybe thousands of lives have been lost inside the Harris County Jail. Evan Lee was killed in Harris County Jail in 2021. His mother, and then the death. Since 2019, hundreds. What they report is not true. Maybe of lives have been lost inside the Harris County Jail. Evan Lee was killed in Harris County Jail.
Why you are laughing and saying that?
I guess I did. Tell him I apologize.
Come on, you're supposed to be professional. This is the big radio in the world. And you say, what the fuck?
All right, put you right back on.
I got you.
I'm sorry, Chivas.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm learning the board.
Not denied. It's all good. It's all good. Let's start where we were. Kristen Smith, killed in Harris County Jail in 2022. Her mother, Deborah Smith, continues to demand answers from Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. Ramon Thomas, killed in Harris County Jail. His mother, Diane Rosenberg, leads the Justice for Ramon Thomas movement. These are movements we need to get involved in. Alexis Cardenas was also killed in Harris County Jail. First, they said he refused to leave, but the video shows restraint, tasers, punches, and a man pinned until he died. They ruled it a homicide. Harris County officers killed him. These families should not have to carry this grief alone, but they do, because Harris County has turned cages into coffins. Let us from the inside, man. And let me pause here to say this. We are very privileged and deeply appreciative of all the letters we've been receiving from brothers and sisters inside the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, from state jail facilities across Texas, around the country, and even federal carceral facilities. Your letters are not just words on paper. They are lifelines. They are proof that voices cannot be silenced by concrete and steel. They remind us that people are paying attention, that people on the inside are still fighting, still believing, and still connected to this larger struggle for justice. We read them, we share them, and we carry them with us in every march, every courtroom, every broadcast like this one tonight. To every person who has written, we see you, we hear you, and we fight with you. And I need to lift up my brother Timothy Griffin at the Garza West Unit. TDCJ has him in a cell with no AC, and he is in a diabetic coma. Timothy, if anybody at Garza West hears this, share it with him. Tell him that we love him. Tell him to keep his head up as high as he can. Time waits for no man, and time is unmatched. Brother, you will be home in time. And I say the same to my amigo, my brother, Juan Sanchez. Free Juan Sanchez from the Garza West Unit. Dallas County is no better. Overcrowding, unsafe, hearings delayed, warehousing, not justice. Labor Day just passed, right? But what did it mean for the formerly incarcerated? We come home to poverty wages, $7.25, maybe $10 an hour. No benefits, no stability. That's not reintegration. That's punishment repackaged. And innocent, it doesn't mean freedom here. Robert Robertson remains condemned. Melissa Lucio, Brittany Holberg, my man Javi Quintero, locked in the Robertson unit. Texas makes it plain. Innocent doesn't matter. And here's where I have to point to the contradiction. NBA Youngboy, a brother I'm glad is free because we must free our brothers, was released while even facing federal indictments. Why? Because he had the money. the lawyers, the spotlight. That ain't justice. That's privilege. Meanwhile, men and women who are innocent sit behind bars in Texas without platinum records, without million-dollar attorneys, without fame to amplify their voices. They only have innocence. And in this system, innocence alone is not enough. So the question becomes, how can a guilty man or woman walk free with money and music, but innocent people rot in Texas prisons? That's not law. That's not order. That's America's double standard on display. And lawmakers, they're sealing police misconduct records, Uvalde included. That's not transparency. That's betrayal. Still, Malik Jakovich in the Clemens Unit waits. Robert Robertson, condemned. Melissa Lucio, Brittany Holberg, Javi Quintero, Jeremy Busby in the Styles Unit. Darius Elam in the Darrington Unit. Devin Anderson in Allred. Ruben Gutierrez, Tylon Carter, unheard. And families grieve for Evan Lee, Christian Smith, Ramon Thomas, and Alexis Cardenas. San Antonio is no exception. Custodial deaths never stop. Too many names, but among them, Julian Denner, son of Lydia Leos, Aaron Rocha, Dimitri Litter, and Isaiah Rioas, son of my sister warrior Lou. District Attorney Joe Gonzalez has allowed his killers to remain free. Where is the justice in San Antonio? That's why on September 20th, grieving families will march from downtown Market to San Antonio Police Headquarters, demanding that grief becomes power, demanding that silence becomes justice. And let me speak on Abilene. Just 2 weeks ago, I was privileged to be invited to the world premiere of the Cypher 360 documentary, which chronicles the life and times of the Cypher 360 and what it means to the Abilene community. This powerful project was headed up by my brother in justice advocacy, Robert Lilly, alongside brothers he had done time with, now turning struggle into art and truth for the community. I want to shout out Eric, Yvette, Tony, Dr. Taylor, Taylor Made Studios, and Pharaoh, because this is the other side of our movement. Not just exposing cruelty, but also building culture, telling our own stories, and reclaiming our voices, and it's national. In New York, Rikers Island was taken from the city after too many deaths. In California, L.A. County Jail was declared constitutionally intolerable. In Mississippi, Parchman Prison was found by the DOJ to be systematically violate the Constitution. And men like Kevin Keith and Edgar Garcia remind us that even commutation is not justice. Keith is innocent. Edgar deserves a new trial, yet both remain behind bars. And here's the truth. Even Alligator Alcatraz had to close. Snap your fingers, y'all. And how fast do these monuments to cruelty, how fast should they fall? Because just like Harris County Jail was nothing but a waste of bricks, a place to destroy life not protected. And if Alligator Alcatraz could fall, so can Harris County Jail. We're at a crossroads. Harris County kills. Dallas County warehouses. San Antonio buries its dead. Innocence does not protect you. Poverty punishes you. Families like Sister Griffin, Sister Smith, Sister Diane still grieve. Families like Lydia Leos's and Lou's still cry out for justice, and across the nation, men like Kevin Keith and Edgar Garcia remain locked away. Proof that it isn't just Texas, it's America. But let me be clear. I do believe in justice, but only God provides true justice. The way this country is being run by the ridiculous Orange Man administration may show us that we are closer to the last days than ever. And in these times, we may never find the justice we want in courts, in prisons, or in politics. But one day, Christ will come as a thief in the night, and God himself will provide true justice. Until that day, we fight, we march, we speak, we organize, we advocate, we lift up the names of the fallen and the caged, and we never stop demanding better. But we also remember that true justice, everlasting justice, is not man-made. It is divine. So tonight, I tell you, we can choose differently here and now. Our brothers, our sisters, keep your head up. We must choose life over death, freedom over cages, justice over profit, community over incarceration. Say it with me if you're listening. Put it in the chat. Life over death, freedom over cages, justice over profit, community over incarceration. Change is possible, but ultimate justice is coming. The only question left is, are we brave enough to fight until God himself delivers the final word? Let me know in the chat. If you want to reach us via email at workinggroup512@gmail.com. Call us in the local number, 832-598-1347. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and join the Working Group 512 movement. We'll stand proximate to the issues, amplifying the problems and providing solutions all over the country. And lastly, please do me a favor. I'm wearing my T-shirt tonight, my Blue the Prison Show T-shirt. You can get an inexpensive, fantastic fitting Prison Show T-shirt if you go to the Prison Show's Facebook page. The link is there. David will share it. Somebody share it in the chat, and buy a T-shirt and support those that are inside. Again, my name is Chevis Watson. I'm your en masse incarceration reporter. I am the executive director of Working Group 512, but I'm really no different than you. I'm just somebody trying to survive here in America. But who will survive in America? Who will survive in America? Say it with me one more time. Life over death, freedom over cages, justice over profit, community over incarceration. David, Danny, it's always a pleasure. Next time I hope to be in studio. You know I love it there. Y'all be safe. Y'all be well. Peace and blessings to our whole community.
Thank you, Chevis. Have a great weekend. All right. And again, I apologize for the snafu. I'm still learning the board in training. Let's get to Brittany. Hey, Brittany.
We've also got a really bad
echo. Hey.
That we can't get out.
Hey, and I'm sorry. We have a really bad echo that David and them are trying to work to get out, and we're all back here in the control room.
Yeah, on my end, as far as like the phone, I'm hearing it fine. But yeah, the Facebook's got some stuff too, but that's a lot of Facebook issues.
If you go to KPFT.org and listen to it live, it doesn't have that. It's just over the Facebook.
Yeah, it's just
coming through our sound cord somehow or another, the way we go into our iPad to broadcast on the internet.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense then. Yeah, they were asking in the chat where else they could catch it.
It's
all right.
beyond my control right now.
Yeah, no, they'll figure it out.
Well,
man,
so what do you have for us tonight, Brittany?
It has been a busy last month. We had the Prisoners Justice Day event out there, and we had some previously incarcerated that joined us, and we were able to kind of honor some of the advocates and organizations. Change Music did an amazing performance and offered some testimony. So getting to see them network and all the other advocates meeting them is good. And, we were talking about maybe coming and doing a show at one of the nearest units next time we bring them in. If the Texas Board of Criminal Justice would approve that, we'd love to bring them in there and perform for the people that need to hear them the most and get some visits from them. And then I came back up here. We did Reform Live, which was a prison reform event, kind of educating, Wisconsin on what Texas has been through. But we also brought in a hip-hop artist, Maze Overlay, came in from Arizona. And then we had a local indigenous artist, Two Feathers, that had some incarceration experience up in Wisconsin. So we had Coach God, who's a business advisor, and, kind of spoke a little bit on growth, and then went back down to Austin and gave some public comment. The topics for that were grievances, the food menu, and the effects on health. And then we touched on, individuals suffering mental health symptoms that are performing negative behaviors and its risk it presents to others around them. And then, accountability as far as holding people accountable for those behaviors because they affect others immediately in their proximity. And then, of course, we also thanked the board for the media app and let them know, some of the changes they've been seeing from the inside, the positive impacts it's already had. So letting them know, we're amplifying the voice of those inside, but the board also needs to know how listening to that amplification has a positive impact on the people that they're serving, right? So, yeah, that was a very busy month, and then I came home just in time to get sick. So I'm finally bounced back today.
Well,
yeah, today was a good day though. I'm good. I was back at it.
well, we're glad that you're feeling better. I do know that several of the directors have been calling us from that board meeting.
Yeah, they're reaching out to the people. That's good to hear, and I've heard it from everybody who spoke there has had them reach out, and that is amazing to have them so involved and receptive, but also following up. Up in the communication is huge for everyone involved.
And it's not just the regional directors calling. We're talking about the deputy directors. Those are the ones making the calls, which is huge.
Yeah, definitely. And, being able to have that connection with them also allows me to speak a little bit on, what some of the team on the inside has proposed as ideas and challenges they're seeing, but also, with the advocacy mind of also, okay, well, how can we fix this? Proposing those ideas and being heard is definitely a step in a direction I'm liking to travel.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Underline that 30 times. Because, in previous years, they were not receptive to us. Let me say they were receptive at the time, but then after we left, it was almost like they just kind of, shook their hands. It's like, nope, that's it. We don't have anything else to say. So it was a nice change.
Definitely showed some growth themselves, for sure. Right.
Hopefully, these little small steps will be even bigger steps to include some of the things that you've spoke about, that I spoke about, that I know Gloria's group spoke about. There were so many issues that, different issues. I know Ashlyn and Shannon spoke. I think they received phone calls too, correct? I think everyone
there was follow-up for them as well.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's important that the small things are addressed just as big as just as much as the bigger things, like the media apps. That has my friend Blaine on death row, who has an execution date, has been enjoying the media app, and he constantly says thank you.
Yes.
So
some of the guys are having some functioning problems, right? And the functionality being down was just a reminder of how far they came with getting that approval, having that pause and just being like, oh man, now what? That ain't working.
So what else do you have planned in the near future?
Oh, in the near future. So we were in the call to action chat today, or no, it was the general chat that we were kind of floating some ideas back and forth on, right? And we were discussing a way to kind of get more people involved in the grievances and up in the level of participation and actually pushing the solutions and playing a role in them for them. And one way we can do that is, picking 2 days out of a month, like maybe the first and third Friday of the month, to file grievances on the most common or repeated issue that they have tracked maybe on like an I-60. I'm thinking if we do that and then kind of go over every once in a while when I'm on here, some of the results we're seeing, but also different tactics. If the grievances don't work, what else can we try to fix it? And just letting them know how many people are truly working on the inside towards the same solutions and getting the same issues fixed. And having a few people on a unit file grievances for not getting recreation, those get to Huntsville. You do the step 2s, and it raises a red flag to them. But first they have to see that the issue is, in fact, an issue from the inside, and that's the grievance process. And we're here to kind of highlight and encourage and support and celebrate the wins with each other as well.
So how can they get in touch with you, Brittany?
They can write me at Texas Prison Reform, P.O. Box 671, and that's in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, 54130. I know everybody's going to laugh at that every time I say Wisconsin. It's a northern thing, guys.
Well, I'm also laughing at, how do you spell Kakana? Is that?
Kakana. All right. Yeah, so it's Kaukauna, all one word. Kakana.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for being on, Brittany.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. I'll see you guys in the chat.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend. All right. Now we have Mr. Abe. Hey, Abe.
Well, greetings, everybody. How are you doing?
Doing fabulous. How about you?
Just fabulous. You can hear it just fine on the. I've been listening on the KPFT live stream. So if you're hearing that echo on Facebook, move on over to the live stream on the webpage. Anyway, glad to be with you all tonight. And Brittany, I love Wisconsin. Did a lot of growing up there when I was young, and it's a beautiful state. As is Texas, as is everywhere, really, if you look for it. I want to start out with actually some good news on a number of levels, depending on how you look at it, of course. But we'll start out with the execution that was supposed to happen at 12 a.m. this morning by firing squad in Utah. Did not happen. It was set aside by the Supreme Court of Utah, which decided that they needed to do another more current evaluation of the level of dementia of Ralph Menzies before they could decide whether or not they're going to kill him. So the Attorney General in Utah is asking for that process to be expedited. We'll see where it goes. But the good news is that an execution that was scheduled to happen did not happen, and hopefully we'll keep it that way in Utah, which the death penalty is kind of on its way out there. They haven't had a new death sentence in quite a while, and they've had one execution in the last 16 years, and they only got 4 people on their death row. So we'll see what happens there. I do want to say, though, that this whole business with the firing squad, this has been something we've been organizing around in the states where they're using it. Dr. John Groner worked with us to do an evaluation. You can see the video of this on deathpenaltyaction.org, right on the webpage. We're also on the Utahns Against the Death Penalty, UADP.org webpage. Basically, Dr. Groner looked at autopsy photos of the last 3 people executed using firing squad executions in this country. And the observation is that in 2 out of the 3, they didn't even hit the heart. And that's what these expert shooters are supposed to be able to do, is hit the target straight on, and the target should be pinned right over the person's heart. And instead, in 2 out of the 3 cases, these expert marksmen fired wide and hit outside of the range of the heart, hitting other vital organs, but not causing instant death, forcing the prisoner to suffer. And in both of those cases where they missed in only 2 out of the 3 shooters in the last firing squad execution in South Carolina even hit the prisoner far from the heart, forcing him to just kind of bleed out for several minutes. And that gets down to the point of it. It's about the cruelty. But the thing that they had in common was Ronnie Gardner and the man in South Carolina. Both of them had law enforcement connections in their murders. Ronnie had somebody handed him a gun in a courthouse while he was on trial for a murder, and he shot somebody. He shot a lawyer. So that was a law enforcement failure. And, of course, the man in South Carolina had also killed a cop. So there's some motivation there. And we had a campaign running to actually, just urge them, if you're going to do it, shoot straight. We actually had billboards up, 70 billboards across the state. And then, of course, we had to change our message, which we did, to simply thou shalt not kill once the question of a firing squad execution was off the table. So anyway, that was supposed to happen 12 a.m. this morning in Utah, and it didn't. So good news there. Also, yesterday and today, the gas suffocation execution method is on trial. There's, for the first time after 6 gas suffocation executions in Alabama and 1 in Louisiana, For the first time, there's actually testimony being taken by people who have witnessed these executions in a lawsuit filed by Anthony Boyd, who is the chairman of the board of the organization Project Hope to Abolish the Death Penalty, which is the anti-death penalty group in Alabama. Anthony Boyd is the chairman, and that board of directors is actually people on death row in Alabama, which is kind of unique. It's the only state organization that is actually run by a board of directors that's on death row. In any case, Anthony Boyd is suing about gas suffocation method, and what we have is a series of people testifying today or yesterday, and it was supposed to continue today. I haven't seen reports about today's testimony, but everybody who's witnessed these executions talks about how the prisoners are awake and conscious and can be seen suffocating for minutes. Again, it's really about the cruelty. That's what they're all about with these things. But the good news is that finally, in a federal court, evidence is being taken about the cruelty of gas suffocation executions. Another little bit of good news. A couple of weeks ago now, Donald Trump trotted out his, anytime that he's trying to distract us from something, he'll talk about myriad things, but one of them is the death penalty. And of course, a couple of weeks ago, he said, on August 26th, he said, anybody that murders somebody in the Capitol, we're going to have capital punishment. He's talking about rolling up the death penalty in Washington, D.C., which rejected the death penalty by referendum decades ago. And, they do have the federal death penalty that is available in certain circumstances. But the good news is that, factcheck.org, which doesn't usually look at this kind of issue, factcheck.org looked at the question of is the death penalty a deterrent, which is the claim that the president was making. And of course, they basically find, as everybody who has studied this issue, the death penalty is not a deterrent. The only person that the death penalty deters is the person that you execute, and that person can be equally deterred by incarceration. And we know that because that's what's happening. Another bit of good news, Gallup has released a report, their findings on, they do every year or so, they do a study on how people feel about the morality of different things. And in the past 25 years, the number of Americans who saying that the death penalty is morally acceptable has declined by 7 points. So it's continuing to be on the decline in public opinion. Again, this is not a question of do you support the death penalty, yes or no, but it's a question of do you find the death penalty morally acceptable? And that number is down. It's still over 50%, but it's down 7 points over the last 25 years. There is an amazing campaign going on for Robert Robertson, who is scheduled to be executed in October in Texas. Yesterday, there was a press conference with 20 people who had been wrongly convicted and exonerated. If I understand this correctly, people who had been convicted of a shaken baby kind of conviction, which is what Robert Robertson is facing execution for. And, and they're just rolling this out, this campaign that they have, his attorneys and all the big groups, the Innocence Project and others are really going full bore on that campaign. And I do want to say that's important. We have to talk about that. But Robert Robertson is not the only person scheduled to be executed. In fact, before he's going to be executed in Texas in just another week and a half or so on September 25th. In a couple of weeks now, Blaine Milam is scheduled to be executed. He's got some legal claims that are pending, and we're going to see where all that goes. But he's next in Texas. And actually, before that, on the 17th, we've got David Pittman in Florida. Issues with David Pittman include the fact that he has intellectual disability. His IQ has been tested at 70 and 71 before age 18. And, it is actually unconstitutional and illegal to execute somebody at that level of intellectual disability. And yet they're going to be moving forward with it to the best of their ability. So that's, something to be concerned about. I do want to note before I continue with U.S. executions that in August, I just saw this in Iran, where they're just going gangbusters on executions. In August alone, Iran executed 173 people, 97% of them in secret. So as bad as it is here in the United States, things could be a lot worse, and we need to be very careful about the authoritarianism and the totalitarianism that certain people want to take our country in the direction of, because that's what happens. Kill anybody you don't like and do it in secret, and that's what they're trying to do. Maybe. Got to be careful about that. As far as the other upcoming executions, Jeffrey West in Alabama on the 25th, Victor Jones in Florida. They're keeping 2 to 3 execution warrants live in Florida at a time, and with just 2 weeks notice, 2 to 3 weeks notice. Every time they execute somebody, they put another person on death row. That's ongoing. October 10th, World Day Against the Death Penalty. The state of Indiana plans to kill Roy Ward. Then we have another person with a really strong innocence claim, Lance Shockley in Missouri. You got to go look at his webpage and all the questions. DNA evidence testing denied. They never really looked at other suspects in that case. They got this guy, Lance Shockley. The amazing thing about Lance Shockley is that anybody that has met him talks about what a genuinely really positive guy he is, and how helpful he is, and how trusted he is in the prison, and how he is like one of the prison support groups and activities in Potosi there. He is the guy that is the most helpful and is credited with helping people turn their lives around, and they want to kill him. So that's Lance Shockley in Missouri on the 14th. Of course, we talked about Robert Robertson a little bit already, October 16th. Then we've got another executions resuming in Arizona after a pause by the governor and the attorney general there. And then I mentioned Anthony Boyd in October. And the last one that's currently scheduled is Harold Nichols in Tennessee. And the thing is that in the first 6 months of this year, of 2025, we had as many executions as we'd had in all of 2024. That's 25 executions. We now have had 30. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scheduled still in 2026. That'll take us to 40. And if Florida keeps at it, we'll actually exceed the number of executions that we had as far back as 2011 and 12, when we had 43 executions in each of those years. So we're going to see where all that goes. Coming up this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, we'll have the forecast looking at these upcoming executions. On the 10th at 7:15, these are all on the Death Penalty Action social media and Zoom. At the 10th on September 10th at 7:15, we have a letter writing workshop for people that want to get involved in being a pen pal with somebody on death row. Then on the 11th at 7 p.m., we're going to be introducing Death Penalty Action's new board chair. Sharon Risher has stepped aside to become our emeritus chair, and Brandy Slaughter is our new chair. And also we have a new board member, Denise Palacios from Brownsville, Texas. She was a big help and a huge activist on a number of issues in Texas, and a lobbyist in Austin. And she was really big with us on the Melissa Lucio campaign. And now she's a member of the board of directors of Death Penalty Action. So we'll be introducing those folks this coming week. That's exciting. So shout out to Melissa Lucio, shout out to Rodney Reed, Blaine Milam, and Robert Robertson, and everybody else on death row there and in the prisons across the country that are listening. We're wishing you peace, and I'm hoping it cools down. It doesn't get too cold too soon, and just hang in there. If you want to reach us, Death Penalty Action is at P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York, 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, New York, GHENT 12075. Any questions, Danny or David?
No, sir. How about you, David? You have any questions?
No, you covered it, didn't you?
All right, my friends. Well, everybody take care and carry on, and thanks for all that you're doing.
Have a great weekend, Abe.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you. keep your heads up. You ain't me if you got home. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio. Broadcasting hope. The radio show.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 476-6201.
All right. I'm getting learned in here.
She's doing pretty good when she's not getting mad at me.
Yeah. I'm not flipping
She says
them.
I'm mean.
When I'm not flipping them off in the control room.
Yeah, me and Hank used to do that all the time.
All right. Now it's time for some shout-outs. Let's get to Rashid. Hey,
What's
Rashid.
going on? Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Go ahead. You're on the air.
All right. This is Rashid calling in. I just want to give a shout out to my brother, Atiq Weston, who is currently incarcerated in the New York State prison system. He has state and federal law proposals pending before lawmakers. Please support his activism by sharing the contact on his YouTube page titled Atiq's Reforms. That's spelled ATIQ'(SREFORMS). To get a full copy of his law proposals, email me at rashid.weston1326@gmail.com. To everybody listening in on the inside, especially those in Texas on death row, keep your heads up. Prison lives matter. Peace.
Thank you so much. You have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. And we have Captain Tom. Hey, Captain Tom.
Hello, Danny. How are you, dear?
I am doing great. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing a lot better. I'm able to call in tonight. Wasn't able to do it last week, though. But anyway, I apologize to our listening audience that they did not hear my voice. Of course, as always, I always promote KPFT and the prison show, so I will do that shortly. I'm going to do my shout-outs to all my incarcerated veterans and homeless veterans, and I also want to give a special shout-out to John Michael Armstrong, and we're working on him, getting him out of the big house. So everybody say prayer and, keep your fingers crossed. And also, I'd like to point out that you can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. You can also be a sustainer. That means once a month you can give KPFT, and you don't have to worry about it because it'll come out of your credit card or your bank card. So, hey, give that call to 713-526-5738 and see if you can become a sustainer. Option number 1 for donations and option number 2 for your shout-outs. And make sure you donate to the prison show. I'm Captain Tom. Hope to be on next week right here at KPFT. Bye, y'all. Have a good weekend.
You too, Captain Tom. All right. Let's get to Eva Maria.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany again. I would like to greet everybody, especially my pen friend Rodolfo, and everybody in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And there are many people praying for you. Josiane and Lina from France and many others are praying, especially for the prisoners on death row, and I would like to greet them all. I did a sound file with music for you tonight, but the quality was so poor, so I will try again next week. Carry on, don't give up. God bless you. Good night.
All right. Thank you so much, Eva Maria. All right. Now we have Italian Smile.
Hey T, I hope you're doing fine. This has been a strange week. Hope the next will be better. Remember that I love you and miss you like hell. I can hear you laughing right now after this sentence. Hugs and kisses. Thank you, Prison Show, for making this happen.
All right, short and sweet from the Italian smile. All right, how about Caitlin? I always love Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Polunsky. Hola, Beto, how are you? I hope that you're in good health and spirits and you're smiling. As for me, yeah, it's okay. I went up to Buddy earlier on, and while he's not better, he's not worse. So I'm just enjoying every day I have with him. It's just finished raining, and it was like one of those like crazy rains. That 1 minute it wasn't raining, and then it was like if God and his angels turned on a power wash, and yeah, it came down hard. It's stopped now, and the sun is shining. Daytona is here beside me, and she says woof, and she wants belly rubs. I was going to say carrots, but no, it's Buddy for carrots. She wants belly rubs. I go up to Bud again tomorrow, and I will give him carrots from you and let him know that you said howdy. So I want to know that I'm thinking of you and saying prayers. And I also want to give a big shout out for Eric, Mark, Blaine, Will, Debo, and Rudy. Hope you all doing good, staying safe, and smiling too. So good night, y'all, and sweet dreams. And to everybody at the Prison Show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
Okay. Thank you, Caitlin. Now, you too can leave a shout out live on the Prison Show, 713-526-5738, option number 2. Again, that's 713-526-5738, option number 2 to leave a shout out. Okay, let's get to Lacey.
This is for my husband, Joe. Surprise, baby. Just wanted to say I love you. We miss you. Keep your head up. Keep your faith up. You've got this. You'll be home before you know it. We love you and miss you so much. See you when you get home.
All right. Thank you so much, Lacey. And I thought y'all would, everyone would love to get a smile from Linda. She told David and I, she's in the emergency room up in Waco. She said this place is quite entertaining, watching the police come on with prostitutes and drug offenders to get them tested. The girls are acting very stupid. One must be brought in quite often because when she pranced in the door in handcuffs, she screamed, "Hey, I'm home. Glad to see all of you people." So Miss Linda is having too much fun in the emergency room up in Waco. Okay, how about Miss Lydia on line 1?
Danny, how are you? Hi, Danny.
Hey, Lydia, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here watching the Houston Astros and Texas Rangers, and it's a tie, and we're on the 10th inning, the bottom one.
10th
Texas
inning?
is up. Yeah, the 10th. Yeah, they were tied 3-3. It's a good game.
Sounds like a good game.
So, yeah, it is. But I just want to say hi to Mijo. And Tia's leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning to Houston. So she'll be up there tomorrow, God willing. We're supposed to get rain, well, in the afternoon sometime. And then Sunday we're supposed to get like 60%, 70%, and then Monday 50%. So we're going to get some rain this coming week, starting tomorrow afternoon. So much needed rain. We do need the rain. It's from that hurricane that was on the Pacific.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
what I'm told. Yeah. We're supposed to get some. That's what we're told we're going to get, but lately we haven't gotten much here in the valley. But, yeah, so Tia will leave at 4, and she'll see you tomorrow, God willing, and I don't know which one of the kids is going to go with her from Amanda's. Okay? If Brandon goes up there, please have a good talk with him, mijo. Okay? Call me mañana. Call me tomorrow afternoon before the visit. Okay? And my saludos to the guys, to Big Will, to Eric, to Blaine, to Robert, Mark, Roderick, sending you all saludos. Okay, and know that you're thought of and in our prayers. Okay? Oh, and I saw a little bit of the Dallas game yesterday. It was a good game. Well, the score was decent, at least. They lost with, I think, a few points. But I'm sure your Theo and your Tia were disappointed. That's about it, mijo, okay? We're going to start getting ready for next weekend's big event with Edward over in Austin. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Getting my feet done, my eyebrows, all that kind of good stuff. Bueno, mijo, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Good night, everyone. Where's Miss Linda? You said she was in the hospital?
Yes, she's in the emergency room right now. She thinks they're going to admit her.
What's wrong with her?
She has COVID.
She has COVID? Yeah, it's been going around. She's that bad? She's that sick?
Yeah, her fever was 103.
Wow. Yeah, I was sick. Remember, I was sick. I don't think I even called in Friday. No, I didn't. Yeah, I started feeling sick. I can't recall whether I called or not, but I don't think I did.
I don't think you did, no.
No, I didn't. I wasn't feeling well. And I just started.
Hello, prison show.
Just today was the first day that I felt better. Good. Yeah.
Well,
So
we're
I'm
glad you're feeling better.
Can I help you?
Yep. Well, we'll keep Miss Linda in our prayers.
Hey, can you
Keep
hear
us
me?
posted, Danny.
I sure will. Thank you, Miss Lydia.
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Whoops.
That was White Wolf wanting to talk to the previous caller.
Okay, let's get to, how about Manuela?
Hey, good evening. This is my shout out to my sweet and precious beloved husband, Robert Robertson, Texas death row. At this time, death watch. Hey, baby, how are you doing today? I'm doing fine. Everything is okay. And I want you to know that you are always on my mind, in my heart, in my thoughts, and all of my prayers, baby. I want you to know something that I may not say every day, but I need you to know you are my everything. You're the reason I try harder, the reason I want to become better, the reason I believe in forever. If the world turned against us, I'd still choose you. If I had nothing left, I'd still feel like I had it all, because I have you, my sweetheart. And the first, when I meet you, I had no idea you would become my favorite part of every single day. You turned my quiet nights into laughter, my doubts into hope, and my fears into something I could face. You are the reason I smile when nothing is funny, the reason I believe in love again, the reason my heart feels safe with you, my love. I don't ever want to know what life is like without you in it. I never believed in love stories that sounded like fairy tales. until you came into my life. You showed me that real love isn't perfect. It's patience, forgiveness, laughter at 2 a.m., and knowing someone loves you, even on your worst days. You're not my fairy tale. You're my reality. And that's even better. For the rest of my life, for infinity. Always and forever, my love. So I want to say good night. Sleep well, sweet and blessed dreams. I can't wait to see you, look into your eyes, and tell you in person how much I love you. Good night, my sweetheart.
Wow. That was so beautiful, Manuela. You are one lucky man, Robert, and you are one lucky woman, Manuela. All right. Let's get to, oh, look. It's the not so mysterious Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the prison show. Here's my shout-outs to Guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt, Thomas, Edward Rees, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez, Haas, Keith Money. Coxer wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Blaine Milam. Blaine Milam, send me a letter. I'd like to hear from you in care of David Collingsworth. And also shout-out to Bill R. Sims, Raymond Lee Cart, and a special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And another shout-out for Oz and Jesse Cortez. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And now back to his prison show, and have a good weekend. Adios.
All right, Mysterious Mike. I will tell Blaine, and he can, if he didn't hear it tonight, and he can definitely get that letter out to you. All right, let's get to...
I'm surprised you don't have our address memorized.
I'm pretty... You know what? And I'm sorry. I should have said that. 226. You too can write Mysterious Mike at 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, 77371. Shepherd, America, otherwise known as Shepherd, Texas, 77371.
For the historical prison show.
For the historical...
On the Mighty 90.
It's almost like we know what he's going to say.
Yeah, but we're 90.1.
Yeah, we're 90.1. We're not...
The Mighty 90.
The Mighty 90. Wasn't that like a slogan back in the day?
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
70s, I think.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, let's get to Miss Stacy.
This is to my husband's 40 Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby love, this is Wifey. Kissing you our tuck in. How's the day been for you? Boo, it's just been a pace day for me and the girls. I slept in late. Then Mimi and I went to town for some supplies. We made it home, and I sent you an e-note, the Bacon's Rebellion post. So, yeah, I hope you get it soon. It's a nice day out there, but a bit of a chill. Yeah, your fall weather. I've got my jacket on, keeping warm. I'm getting ready to put our recent post together and draft. Baby, it's that time. Remain healthy and safe. Oh, yeah, the cousins have had the COVID, but still take the precautions. Remain focused and tough. I love you, my man. Take care, sweetheart. I love you, baby.
All right. Thank you, Stacy. You too can leave a shout out. 713-526-5738. Option number 2. Do you have some shout outs, David? Or do you want me to get to Jamin first?
Yeah, go ahead and do Jamin first.
Hey, Jamin, do you have some shout outs How do I turn his mic on? Right here. Right here. Oh, David has to. There you go.
Can you hear me?
No, we can't.
No?
No, yes, you can.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, I brought a list this time. I ain't trying to do the whole list, but I'd make it where I can pick some different names. Don't even know where to start. Maybe I should go way back.
At the beginning?
Yeah, really. Well, that's hard to fathom because some of this is old paperwork. I need to get this all digitalized. Got a lot of it. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to kind of randomly jump through this list doing shout-outs. So, shout-out to George Cantu, Carnes Ronnie, Johnny Heller, known as E.T., Hector Bernal. He might be in federal prison now. Call him Bouncer. I'm going to jump down a little bit. Jim Hargrave, if you're still in there. Gordon Chadwick. Justin Letts. Stuart Little. Eason. Not sure if Country, if you're still in there. Brian Shipman. Let me keep going. And I'll go back through here again. Aaron Vega. I ain't forgot about you. Zachary Bacon. Steven Gonzalez. Milo. Brian Sanchez. Kane Riley, if you're still in there. I believe you are. Let me jump to the back. There's so many. Gray Foreman. Going down the list. Billy McLean. Caleb Gibson. Damian Green. Evan Dale McPain. Bird. Yeah, I know this guy got out already. Eric Gamble. Mark E. Booker. Tattoo. Not sure if you're where you're at right now. Rodolfo Carrasco. Max Martinez. Pretty sure you're close to getting out again. Hope you stay out this time. Victor Ramirez. John Clay. Michael Diaz. Christopher Spiller. Bradley Dean Kofer. Buck Settle. I ain't forgot about you, Buck. If you're listening to the show. And of course, 9-0. Hit me up whenever. I'm going to holler at your mother when I get a chance, check on her. And here's someone I've been wanting to mention. I'm not sure if they listen to this show or not, but they call him Abdullah, and his name is Tyrone D. Waddell. If you're in there, please hit up the prison show and get at me. This is Jamin Heston, Red Devil on the inside, whichever, whatever. And that address is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd.
Texas.
Texas.
Or America.
Or America. What's the zip code?
77371.
77371.
You almost had it.
Jamin Heston. Jamonhestand. And I have many more, but I'll hit them up the next time. I'll try to come over here. I want everyone that knows me in there, keep your head up. Don't think you're forgotten, because you're not. I just have a long list of names and numbers from back when I was organizing with the union and doing prison abolition and reform and doing litigation and stuff. I have a lot more than I actually have brought with me. So keep y'all's heads up. Kimberly Milvick, too, just a shout out to someone in the women's unit. Keep y'all's heads up. Stay positive. Don't give up. Don't give in. There's people out here trying. And those of you that are getting out, don't forget about us and other people and organizations that are trying to help. We need y'all. Don't just walk away and forget about us.
All right. Thank you. Okay, let's get to Crystal. Hey, Crystal.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I got a couple of shout-outs. I'd like to make a shout-out to my cousin, Tommy Cantu. He's in the LSD unit. Keep your head up high. Don't forget, we don't forget about you. Remember, we love you. We miss you a lot. And then another shout-out to the the Michael unit, Terry Arnold. Keep your head up high. I love you, and I miss you so much. From his girlfriend, Crystal. And then one more big shout-out to my cousin, JJ Orandai. He's in Kentucky. JJ, keep your head up. Keep your head up straight, high. Don't forget, we love you so much. From your cousin, Crystal. And then another shout-out to my cousin, let's see, Jared Rodriguez. He's in the county, in Uvalde County Detention Center. Jared, we love you. We miss you. We'll be praying for you. From your cousin, Crystal. We love you. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Crystal.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. You have a nice night.
You have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
All right. Let's get to Sandra. Hey, Sandra.
Hi. I'm so happy to make it finally to your show. I'm here with my 2 grandkids, and we want to give a shout-out to the Michaels unit. Their dad's there, Michael, and we also want to send them prayers and love, as well as his cellie, Bobby. And we're visiting Grandpa at the hospital, and so we want to thank them for their prayers and the love I know they've been sending him. And we also want to give a shout-out to their other grandpa, David Bautista, who is at the Ramsey unit, I think. We're just sending our love and prayers to all of them, and we're so happy that you guys are there so that we can do this tonight.
Well, we're glad we're here also for them, and we're so happy that you called.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Same to you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, let's get to Patty.
Hey, this shout-out is from Humberto Garza at the Polunsky Unit. Hey, mijo, I wasn't able to leave today because the other supervisor is out of town in Chicago. Her daughter enlisted in the Navy, and I guess she's graduating, and I don't know. But she had to go over there. But anyway, so I had to be here. But I will leave probably about 4 in the morning. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow. I love you. The Cowboys, I thought they played well. We lost, but anyway. Hopefully Tio's going to go fishing tomorrow with Mariano. And I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Love you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Patty.
Yes, ma'am.
See you tomorrow night. Bye-bye. Oh, you killed... See, he already hit, man. You and Linda.
Quick draw McGraw.
Yeah. You got it down pat.
Well, I got one dial tone tonight. I don't want another dial tone.
Yeah. No, I think you had a few dial tones.
Well, I'm doing a few things over here, too.
Ooh, Lord, this is not a one-person show or a two-person show. It's a few.
It's an adventure.
It's an adventure. It definitely is. So, David, do you have some shout-outs?
Do I have shout-outs? I got shout-outs.
You got some?
I got this little bitty microphone over here, too.
He's got this big old cowboy hat, this big old head, and this little bitty microphone.
I want to start out, I want to do something I normally don't do. I want to shout out to Joey Morales. He's over in Harris County Jail. And I got a phone call today from the Harris County Jail also. And I don't know, we've said this before. I've got a cell phone, and I know Danny says I can collect calls on it, but how much is a collect call from county jail? And if 900,000 inmates that can listen to my voice right now called me collect, what would my phone bill be like? So I'm not jugging at y'all or whatever. Y'all feel free to hit me up electronically if you can. My email address is david@theprisonshow.net. I know that's a quarter. I'll spend a quarter. But I can't do the $4 or $5 for 900,000 people. Sorry about that. But Joey Morales wrote me a letter. What is it?
It's still ringing.
It's still ringing?
Yeah. Prison show.
She's trying to answer the phone while I'm making a shout out. Joey, you wrote, and I think you're Alicia's brother, and you wanted me to bank a bunch of shout outs for you. But here's the deal, bro.
David, you're about 40%.
That's all I got. That's all I got. So if you need me up, you got the switch over there. You hit the thing. Thanks, White Wolf. We're on the air, bro.
We're on the air, White Wolf. Thank you.
So anyway, the way shout-outs work, Joey, is you need to tell Alicia and all these folks that they make the shout-outs. I mean, we love you guys, but if we read off all the shout-outs, then all you ever hear is our voice. And we say a lot on here, so we really want to hear your loved one's voice. So I'll call Alicia later. I know you know that we know each other, but I'll call her later on and remind her that that's how that works. She called me the other day, but I was on vacation, so it was kind of short and sweet.
Maybe if you get right up to the mic.
Yeah,
David,
is that
like
better?
you tell us,
But I've only got 40%, so if you hit that submix and hit it up, then and watch those gauges and make sure I don't go into the red, hit me up to the orange, and then they can hear me.
I've got you all the way.
So I'm going to shout out to Alexander Orchard, Ashley Bradshaw, Charles Booth, Charles Miller, Christopher Cunningham, Cleto Guerrero, Crystal Minnie, Curtis Hudson, Daniel Campbell, Daniel Lipscomb, Daryl Adkins, David Easley, David Saffel, Derek Walker, Dustin Flowers, Erlen McKay, Francis Nye, Isaac Navarrete, Jaime Quijano Jr., James Kitchen, James McElreath, Jaron Reasonover, Jeremy Stevenson, Jermaine Davis, John Graves, John Thomas, Jordan Seal, Joseph Trout, Joseph Bender, Juan Segura, Katya Myers, Kerry Sellers, Kevin Jackson, Colton Caruso, Kyle Triplett, Larry Johnson, Latwang Reed, Lionel Rogers, Marcus Brown, Maria Pena, Mark Sykes, Marvin Covington, Matthew Hoover, Maury Holloway, Nicholas Smith, Quare Brumfield, Rashad Eady, Rashad Watson, Richard Little, Richard Nieder, Richard Smeal, Ronald Allman, old gypsy over there, Ronald Poole, Ronnie Osirio, Roy Forbes, Ryan Claus, Shabazz Mohammed, Stanley Corbett, Stephen Bartley, Stephen Drayton, Terry Taylor, Thomas Johnston, Tiffany Cheeks, Travis Walters, Tyler Bowman, Tyler Ship, Victor Gamble, Victor Loya, Walter Woodard, Zachariah Areola. And over in Texas, Billy Ross Sims, Charles Don Flores, Clinton Lee Young. Man, what's wrong with it? There it is. Corey Stringer, Cornelius Robinson, 3RD, Dennis Lee Richardson, Dennis Wayne Price, Douglas Wilmer Rivera, Jeremiah Luke Adler, Joe Anthony Ramirez, Kenny Morissette, Perry Eugene Williams, Pete Sines, Roderick Cooks, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed, how you doing, buddy? Sonny Wilson, and big old Will Spear. Who do we forget? Travis Fletcher. We can't forget Travis. Hey, Travis, I hadn't heard from you a little while. What's going on, bro? I know you're supposed to go back to court, and then you had a a group that was getting a hold of you. Did anything ever go on with that? Hope you're doing good, brother.
Yeah, big old shout out to Travis Fletcher. Now let me get some of my shout outs. I wanted to remind everyone that if you were on my Securus previously, before the snafu occurred, I can still read messages on that account. Definitely send me a message and let me know that you want to be on my new account, which, now, people don't try it. It's been approved through TDCJ. Yes, it has. Office of Family Services. I got a brand spanking new account. So, I will email you back from that one. But email me on the old account if you want to be put on the new one. But so far on the new account, of course, my besties, Farron Wardrop, Blaney. Hey, Blaney. and you know that, people, that's a joke. That's a joke. Blaney is a joke, okay? All right. Big shout out to Leroy over at the PAC unit. I got your letter with your photos. Love you. Love you so much. You're an awesome friend. Okay, I'm trying to pay attention to too many things now. See, I'm being nosy trying to pay attention to what David was saying. Larry at the Huntsville unit. T. Hey, T. Big Head. Hey, Big Head. David Davis. Hey, I got your message. Vicente Ortiz. Hey, got your message too. Eric Williams. Hey, Eric. Oscar over at the Polunsky Unit. Let's see who else. Richard Vasquez. Hey, Brian Rogers. Hey, got your message. Taylor Parker. Big hey to you. Troop. So glad that you made it back over to the Polunsky Unit. I know people are so excited to have you back there. And last but certainly not least, CJ. And I guess I need to say hello, to Rex, or Rexalicious, as Linda says. That was Linda. And I think we have a call. Dominique, how are you?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me on the show tonight. It's a blessing. It's always an honor to have a chance to call in and just hear all the great news that people are doing, how they, standing strong for their families in there. Because again, at the end of the day, all you have is family. And so I just want to give a shout out to every individual, every person who's incarcerated here in Texas, and let y'all know that your current situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. You might say, well, man, how do you know that? Well, my name is Dominique Leonard. I've been there. I had a life sentence. Did 8.5 years on a non-aggravated life sentence and created my own parole package. And that's when Just Free was born. JUSFREE was born. And today I've been home going on 10 years. And we help families with loved ones who's coming home for parole to help with their parole packages. Now, excuse my voice, I have a little cold, but hey, I've started a phone call trying to make it happen. So again, the name of the parole company is Just Free Parole Package Services. JUSFREE.com is how you can look it up. If you can't look it up, your family can call at 713-306-9621. I think that's my number. I can't think right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a cold. But again, justfree.com. Our mailing address is Just Free Parole at 6260 West Park, Suite 300A, Houston, Texas, 77057. That is Just Free Parole at 6260 West Park, Suite 300A, Houston, Texas, 77057. 057. And the phone number, let's see if I get the number right this time here. Matter of fact, look on my phone while I can do that real quickly here. But, I mean, we've been having the privilege, man, of getting guys home. You know, I mean, a lot of guys did 27 years, 15 years, 2 years, 5. It don't matter what the crime is. We're bringing you home with the help of God. And so it's been a blessing to have so many people come home. And as we speak right now, we have several individuals waiting to come up for parole. All right, here we go. The number is 713-306-9620. 713-306-9620. Just free parole package services. Everybody who's incarcerated only wants one thing, that's to be free. But you have to be free with the right mind. And while you're incarcerated, it don't matter what's going on with you or around you. You got to remember, people connected to you, they're not going home with you, or they're not going to do your time for you. I did my time as a solo act. Do your time as a solo act. Today, God has blessed me tremendously. So, again, a lot of guys, keep your head up, man. No matter what's going on, no matter what you're facing, it can turn around. And I want to thank you again for having me on the show. It's a blessing always. And as much as I can call in, I will. Sickness or health, I will call in.
Well, we appreciate you calling tonight.
Yeah.
Say, Dominic,
Okay.
do me a favor. Give me out your phone number one more time.
Yes,
Slow.
sir. That phone number.
Do it kind of slow.
713-306-9620. One more time. 713-306-9620. And the writing address, because I'm going to slow it down, is Just Free Parole at 6260 West Park, one word, West Park, Suite 300A, Houston, Texas, 77057. If you're coming up for parole, you want a good chance to try to make that parole or some good representation, Just Free is your person to hit up. Again, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank y'all.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Man, phone's ringing. Folks are giving us advice. Some people hanging up. What a night.
Gotta love that advice.
What kind of star would go to jail?
I don't know. What kind?
A shooting star. Why did the picture go to jail?
Why?
It was framed.
You know, I knew you were going to say that. I knew it the second you said.
Well, I was just thinking, somebody earlier said that this was not a laughing matter.
Oh, yes, we got criticized that this was not a laughing matter, that we were laughing too much.
Yeah. It said that while life in prison is no laughing matter, we should all have a light-hearted spirit. I just think it's funny. We should be laughing no matter what's going on in life. I mean, last week's show, we were just cutting up, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were. Linda almost fell in my lap. It was...
And then we were talking about Kiara's shout-out and the way it buzzed or whatever. She said that she didn't hear that whenever she did it, and she didn't shock herself or stick her finger in a light socket. That she said she couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny.
You see, some people appreciate it. Some people. So, you know, Brittany and I were talking while she was on the air about the different deputy directors that have contacted us. I think that it's important that your family members, your friends, understand how important these board meetings are to attend, because feedback from a deputy director where we can be on a one-on-one basis. I mean, he actually told me, save my number in case you have any further concerns, which, I mean, everybody knows I always have further concerns. So I'm going to be calling him. You can guarantee you that. I'm going to be calling him. So.
What are you going to call him?
He's so super nice. That's what so super nice. You know, here's something that I was told. So we were discussing the debit cards that you can use in prison visitation vending machines. Well, I was informed that, get this, David, you'll appreciate this, considering how much we hear about the Styles unit. There are 2 units in Texas that the debit cards cannot be used at the vending machines, and that is because they have cell phone blockers at the unit. That is the McConnell unit and the Styles unit. Now, come on. How many cell phones in the last, 6 months have they caught at the Styles unit? I mean, I'm like, I don't mean to be rude, but your cell phone blocker's not working because.
But what gets me though is they had that statewide lockdown, and supposed to went through and got all the contraband and all that different stuff up, and then there's more cell phones in there today than there was last year.
Yeah, yes, there are.
I mean, I see Facebook posts and all kinds of stuff, and you know darn well they're not supposed to have that either.
No, they're not. And so anyway, the deputy director told me that anytime someone gets a cell phone case, when it's they're transferred to 2 units, McConnell and Styles. So I did advise him that I personally saw an officer using the debit card at one of the vending machines. An officer used one, and visitors were not allowed to bring them in. So he was going to rectify that, and he said the cell phone blocker at the Styles unit has been in place for 10 years. So it may not be working on the vending machines and cell phones.
That's a trip.
Yeah, but he's very receptive to hearing concerns. So it's important that we make the effort to go to these board meetings. Typically, they're in Houston or Austin. They've had them in Galveston, but mostly they're in Austin. So I did get a letter from David Hunter. So big shout out to you. I got your letter. I haven't opened it yet, but David did give it to me. Keep in mind that Linda is not here at the show, so if she has a letter, give her a little bit to answer that. So we have listeners from Minnesota, right?
Pretty sure we do.
Yeah, that's one of the states that we reach. So a man wrongfully convicted of murder, who spent nearly 3 decades in prison, being falsely implicated by a woman who has since confessed to the crime, was released. Brian Hooper Sr.'s first-degree murder conviction, he was released Thursday morning from Stillwater Correctional Facility. And he was assisted by the Great North Innocence Project. So the person who helped put him there was actually the person who committed the murder. So congratulations to you, Mr. Brian Hooper, for getting out of prison after spending almost 30 years, 27 years in prison. That's horrible. And David got an invitation from Paint Me a Road out of here.
Yeah, I was just reading that. That's from the Museum of Fine Arts here in Houston. But it's not actually going to be, they got several different locations. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be over at the Brown Auditorium Theater and Law Building on Saturday and Sunday.
It's monumental painting for the Women's House for Women Incarcerated at Rikers Island Jail.
Yeah, they had actually they whitewashed it, and years later they went back and they cleaned it all up. So now it's exposed again. I guess we'll see when we see the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys know how important it is when they paint the murals and stuff on the wall. And then if they come along behind you and then they just whitewash the wall, that's boring. I mean, especially after you've been someplace for years and years. Y'all know how old Rikers is. So, I mean, that's been there a long time. It said here that she painted the original picture in 1971.
Oh, in 1971?
So you can only imagine, and this was in the ladies' side of the prison, you can only imagine how many women went by and seen that, and that was a big part of their life every day.
I know what you were saying, that the murals have become a big part of everyone's, because they're putting them in all the prisons here in Texas, and just seeing them in the visitation room, it's becoming a big part of everyone's world. Fond memories when you visit your loved ones. So,
with a needle and thread?
Yes.
I'm on a roll tonight.
Yes, you are on a roll.
Sorry about that. And back to the museum thing, I'll see y'all on Sunday. So if your loved ones are out here and can come, I'm going to go to the Sunday one.
Is it this Sunday?
No, it's next Sunday, the 14th. Okay. It's the 13th and the 14th. On the 14th, it starts at like 5 o'clock. And I was trying to invite everybody, Marcos and Jamon and Linda and Dave and even Dee Dee. Dee Dee said she'd go.
Well, I would love to.
You got to visit, I know.
Yeah, I have a visit.
Hey, visits are pretty important.
They're very important.
Commissary is necessary, but visitation is important.
Commissary is necessary.
I'm just trying to get you to laugh again.
Hey, and y'all remember this weekend is picture weekend. It is picture weekend in TDCJ. So y'all don't forget. And if the officer says they can't because it's broken, ask to speak to the duty warden.
Tell him to use his debit card.
Yeah, use his debit card. And y'all remember, I am training. This is a process. This is not progress.
Where's your pink thing?
I left it in the car again.
So I was, we were talking about Travis Fletcher. He wrote in and he said he likes it when you shake that thing. And then he cleaned it up and he says, I'm talking about the pink fuzzy thing. Oh, yeah, by the way, he says, hey, boo.
Hey, boo. I've got a blue pen. And it's not the same, though. It's just not the same.
It's not the same?
No. It's not the same.
What's he want to say something? What do you want to say, Jamon?
I'm just trying to hang out with y'all.
Oh, that's cool. You know, I got a letter. I got a letter earlier in the week, and he said that at first he said you sound mean, but then he says, nah, he just don't talk very much. It's because you're on the camera, you're not on the microphone, so just different times. I mean,
the other way around, whichever way you say it.
The other way around.
Yeah,
he's mean.
Oh, he's really mean.
Yeah, he's mean.
Oh,
you said I was on the camera, not the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, you're the cameraman, so that's why you don't get to talk a lot. That's all. I mean, you talk when you do your shout-outs and stuff. At the end of the show, if we don't have a bunch of callers, you get to talk.
Yeah.
But your main job is a camera guy, so we appreciate you guys. Y'all are the unsung heroes.
Yes.
Whatever else needs to be done.
Yeah. I close the door, turn the radio down.
Never know.
We still got an echo going on out there?
Ooh.
Did it went away? Cool.
No, I think it's still going.
Oh, it's still going?
Yeah.
Bummer deal. I wonder why it is.
Wish they had an uncensored version.
Well, we've never had an echo.
No.
So
yeah,
every week it's something different, isn't it?
You never know.
Yeah, Gremlins. How much time we got left?
We have
minutes.
4. Yeah, because it's.
I got about 2 minutes before I do my little spiel.
Your spiel.
My spiel.
Which he still has to teach me how to.
What are you missing?
Do the closeout.
You going to do the closeout?
No.
Oh, all you got to do is take your little mouse and see where that arrow is with the green circle around it.
Uh-huh.
Whenever we're ready, you turn on the music server and you hit that.
Okay.
But we're not ready yet.
No, I know that.
That's why I didn't move the dial, the music server. It's the one that still got the dial up in the very middle of the board.
And then you hit that?
Just turn it on and hit the arrow.
All right.
We'll
Easy
say
peasy,
I
right?
hope Linda gets better soon.
Yeah, I was
Kinda
thinking
bummed
about
out
Miss
about
Linda.
that.
Gloria had texted me a while ago asking about Miss Linda. So we're all kind of concerned about Miss Linda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we all get COVID. I mean, it's been pretty common, but when you get older, it hurts worse.
I'm thinking about getting a booster shot.
I've got COVID shots always make me sick, but I think they're well worth it.
I think it just prepares your immune system for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Something like that.
I do agree.
I felt better when I was inside that place.
No, but it is
I was
on
getting
Facebook.
sick, and we were trapped in there, and there's just nothing you can do to get away from it. It's everywhere. It's in the air. It's on objects. And you got people passing their food out unsanitary. Every meal's unsanitary and solitary confinement because they're constantly touching everything. Even if you put a pair of gloves on, they wipe the sweat off their face. They scratch their body parts and touch gates, touch bars, touch other people's slots. There's no way you can get away from it.
Mm-mm.
Even without COVID, you can get sick in there. It's just nasty all the time.
All right, David, you want to say some magic?
Some little magic words?
Little
I don't know that I have any magic words except, man, we thank you guys. You know, we're getting a lot of letters. We're getting a lot of e-messages. And even phone calls. I'm sorry I don't answer them, but like I said, I'm not rich, and right now I'm unemployed. So give me a break. I will answer e-messages, but what I usually do is make shout-outs. I mean, that's what the show's all about. It's making shout-outs. So just so that you guys know we care, that's why we make our shout-outs. And this is what the second hour is all about, is a shout-outs. I think you got my cord in your chair.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Try and stay as cool as you can. Drink lots of water. Keep your head up. All that stuff. We really appreciate you tuning in. And I'll try and edit the video the best that I can tonight.
All right. Y'all have a great weekend.
Keep y'all's heads up in there. Stay strong.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polunsky. Bonjour.